Good morning, students. So today our topic is atomic spectra. Okay. So in previous classes, different scientists explained about structure of atom in different waves. We have completed Thomson model, Rutherford model. Now we are in the process of learning Bohr's model of atomic theory. Okay. So you know very well the two major things leading to the development of Bohr's atomic model. So first thing is dual behavior of light, second thing is atomic spectra. Okay, so dual behavior of light, nothing but light contain particle nature as well as wave like properties. Okay, we already discussed that one. Okay, so remaining atomic spectra. Today our topic is atomic spectra. Okay, so the speed of light depends upon the nature of the medium through which it passes. Okay, so the speed of light depends upon the nature of the medium. Okay, the speed of light is varies from one medium to another medium. Okay, so the beam of light is deviated or refracted from its original path as it passes from one medium to another medium. Okay, when light is passes one medium to another medium, is deviated or refracted. Okay, it is observed that when a ray of white light is passed through a prism, the wave with shorter wavelength bends more than the one with a longer wavelength. Since ordinary white light consists of waves with all the wavelengths in the visible range. Okay, so when a ray of white light passed through prism, this is our white light passed through prism. Okay, the wave with shorter wavelength bends more than the one with a longer wavelength. Okay, so white light nothing but it contain 7 colors. Okay, VIBGR, it contains VIBGR. The wave with shorter wavelength bends more. When a white light is passed through a prism, the wave with shorter wavelength bends more than the wave with longer wavelength, like this. Light bends like this. Okay, so this is a VIBGR. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So next one, a ray of white light is passed out into a series of colored bands called spectrum. Okay, a spectrum nothing but a ray of white light is spread out into a series of colored bands called spectrum. This is a spectrum. Okay, so the best example for spectrum is rainbow. Rainbow is a natural spectrum. Okay, rainbow is a natural spectrum. Okay, so next one, can you produce rainbow artificially? Definitely yes. So how do you produce rainbow artificially? When a ray of white light is passed through a prism, dispersion takes place. We all know when you strike white light onto the prism, dispersion takes place. Dispersion means refracted. Okay, or bend. Okay, so they are arranged like this. they are arranged like this. Okay, here violet color, wavelength of violet color is 400 nanometers. The wavelength of red color is 700 nanometers. Okay, here you know very well the wave with shorter wavelength bends more than the wave with longer wavelength. Okay, so here violet is bends more than indigo, indigo is bends more than blue, blue is bends more than green, green is bends more than yellow, yellow is bends more than orange, orange is bends more than red. Because of violet having low wavelength and red color having high wavelength. Okay, so when a ray of white light passed through a prism, dispersion takes place. Okay, and they arrange something like this. Okay, so here one color merge with another color, one color, this is a violet color, this violet color is merged with indigo, indigo is merged with blue, like this. Okay, so in this spectrum, this is a spectrum. Okay, in this spectrum one color is merged with another color. Okay, so band of colors, here the band of colors where one color is merged with another color. So color here, color nothing but radiation. Okay, so violet color nothing but violet radiation, red color nothing but red color radiation. Okay, so this spectrum is known as continuous spectrum. Okay, here one color is merged with another color. Okay, so not have any gaps between the colors, so that's why we called it as continuous spectrum. Okay, so definition of continuous spectrum is the spectrum of white light where one color merges into another color without any gap is known as continuous spectrum. Okay, when a white light is passed through a prism, so here white light contains 7 colors, these 7 colors split into like this. Okay, when a ray of white color passed through a prism, it split into 7 colors. Okay, like this with no gaps. So next one, here one more important point is there. When atoms or molecules absorb energy or emit radiation, these radiation can be recorded as spectrum, which is called as atomic spectrum. Okay, when atoms or molecules absorb radiation or emit radiation, these radiation can be recorded as spectrum, which is called as atomic spectrum. So when they will absorb radiation or emit radiation, when you heat them or when pass electricity onto the surface of the atoms and molecules. Okay, so when they will absorb radiation or emit radiation, when you heat them or when pass some energy on the surface of the atoms and molecules. Okay, so for example, when I take sodium metal, when I take sodium metal and heat it, it emit radiation. So these radiation pass through prism, we can observe spectrum with certain colors. Okay, so next one, when you take H2 gas and pass some energy on hydrogen gas, hydrogen gas will give some radiation. Those radiation, when you pass it through prism, you will observe spectrum with certain colors on a photographic plate. Okay, so for example, when you take sodium okay, and heat it, it emit radiation, it emit some radiation, emit some radiation. So those radiation pass through prism, those radiation pass to prism. We can observe spectrum with certain colors, we can observe spectrum with certain colors on a photographic detector or screen, okay. So we can get even spectrum from atoms and molecules also when you heat them or when you supply energy to them, okay. They will either absorb energy or they will emit energy or radiation, okay. Those radiation pass through prism, you will get band of certain colors on photographic detector or screen. Such a spectrum is called atomic spectrum, okay. Atomic spectrum nothing but when atoms or molecules observe radiation or emit radiation, these radiation can be recorded as spectrum, which is called as atomic spectrum, okay. Here one more important thing you remember, that visible light is a just small portion of the electromagnetic radiation. When electromagnetic radiation, when electromagnetic radiation interacts with matter, atoms and molecules may absorb energy and reach to a higher energy, okay. This is a lower energy state, this is a higher energy state, higher energy state. So also called ground state, excited state, excited state, okay. This is a ground state, okay. When electromagnetic radiation interacts with matter, atoms and molecules may absorb energy and reach to a higher energy state, okay. Higher energy state is unstable, unstable state, okay. So for returning to their normal state, more stable energy state, the atoms and molecules emits radiation in various regions of electromagnetic spectrum, okay. Okay, when electromagnetic radiation interacts with matter, atoms and molecules may observe energy and excited to higher energy state, okay. So higher energy state is normally unstable. So for returning to normal, for returning to their normal state, normal energy state, the atoms and molecules emits radiations in various regions of the electromagnetic radiation. So next one, spectra is broadly divided into two types. One is absorption spectrum, another one is emission spectrum, okay. So absorption spectrum nothing but spectrum of observed radiation, okay. So how did you record spectrum of observed radiation by atoms or molecules, okay. So here understanding purpose I am taking H2 gas, okay. So here white light is there. When I pass white light on H2 gas, it will observe some radiation or colors, okay. Colors nothing but radiations, okay. It will not observe all radiations or colors, it will observe some radiations, okay. So how do you know that? While colors have observed to know, okay, that when we pass white light on H2 gas and heat it, when heat this H2 gas, some colors emitted and this transmitted light passed through prism, you got band of colors on photographic plate. Okay, when heat this H2 gas, this H2 gas, some colors emitted, and this transmitted light, pass through prism. You got band of colors on photographic plate. Okay, this emitted radiation or transmitted light pass through a prism, okay, this transmitted light pass through a prism. You got band of colors, when we keep photographic plate on this side. Okay, you can easy to detect colors. Okay, so this is a first one is violet color. Okay, second one is green, it emits green color. Third one is orange color, orange, this is a orange. Next one is red color, it emits red color. Okay, on photographic plate you will get violet, green, orange color. You will get orange and red color. Okay, this is called absorption spectrum. Okay, so next one. Okay, so when we pass light on H2 gas, it will absorb some radiation. After that we heat H2 gas. When heat this H2 gas, some colors are emitted, and this transmitted light pass through prism. You got band of colors on photographic plate like this. This is called absorption spectrum. Here one more important thing is, how do you know the which colors observed by the H2 gas? Okay, how do you know the which colors observe by H2 gas? Okay, how do you know the which colors observed by the H2 gas? Okay, so if you observe the absorption spectra of H2 gas, here indigo, blue and yellow radiations are missing. That means H2 gas must have observed indigo, blue and yellow radiation. Okay, whichever radiation H2 gas observed, those radiation will not appear on observed spectrum. Okay, so therefore indigo, blue and yellow radiations are observed by H2 gas. Okay, if you observe the absorption spectra of H2 gas, indigo, blue and yellow is missing. Okay, indigo, blue and yellow radiations are missing. That means H2 gas must have observed indigo, blue and yellow radiations. Okay, whichever radiation H2 gas observed, those radiation will not appear on absorption spectrum. Okay, so it indicates, here one more thing, it indicates that except yellow, blue and indigo, remaining colors emitted. Okay, it indicates that except yellow, blue and indigo colors. Remaining colors are emitted by H2 gas. Okay, so absorption spectrum nothing but band of colors with certain gaps. Okay, these gaps indicates that radiation observed by H2 gas. These gaps indicates that radiations observed by H2 gas. Okay, so next one, emission spectrum. Emission spectrum nothing but spectrum of emission radiation. So emission spectrum, so you know very well the atoms are any gas molecules is heated, so the lower electrons observe that heat in the form of energy and jumps to outer energy level, or next energy level. Okay, so but there it is not stable. At higher energy state it is not stable, so atoms always try to remain in lowest energy level, so electron returns back, so atoms or molecules returns back and energy is emitted. This energy emitted in the form of radiations. Okay, that is called emission spectrum. Okay, so understanding purpose, here I am taking H2 gas. Okay, whenever you heat H2 gas, it will emit some radiation. Whenever heat H2 gas or supply some energy to H2 gas, it will emit some radiations. Okay, so those radiation when pass through its prism, it will split to get a colors. Those colors record on photographic plate. You will get colored lines with dark background. Okay, you will get colored lines with dark background. Okay, like this you will get colored lines. This is, for example, this is indigo and this is blue, this is indigo, this is blue. Next one, this is yellow, this is a yellow. Okay, in prism you will get blue, yellow and indigo colors. Remaining all colors are missing. Okay, so here one more important thing is there. So what is the main differences between emission and absorption spectrum? Okay, so whatever the colored lines that were missing in the absorption spectrum, they will appear in the emission spectrum. Okay, whatever the color bands you got in the absorption spectrum, they all are missing in emission spectrum. Okay, this is a main difference. What is the difference between emission and absorption spectrum? Whatever the colored lines that were missing in the absorption spectrum, they will appear in the emission spectrum. Okay, and whatever the color bands you got in the absorption spectrum, they all are missing in the emission spectrum. This is the main differences between absorption and emission spectrum. Okay, so next one, now I will give some information about absorption spectrum and emission spectrum. Okay, first, what is mean by absorption spectrum? It is the spectrum produced by transmitted light after absorption of radiation. Okay, it is spectrum produced by transmitted light after absorption of radiation. Okay, so that means excitation of electron in an substance. That means excitation of electrons in a substance. Okay, so next, emission spectrum. It is spectrum produced by emission of radiation. It is spectrum produced by emission of radiation. Okay, so that means de-excitation of electron in a substance. De-excitation of electron in a substance. Okay, so second one, it contains dark lines on the bright background. It contains dark lines on the bright background. Okay, so next one, in emission spectrum, it contains bright lines on the dark background. Okay, this is this information about absorption spectrum and emission spectrum. So next one, emission spectrum can be further classified into line and band spectrum. Okay, so this is a line emission spectrum, this is a band emission spectrum. Okay, so what do you mean by line emission spectrum and band emission spectrum? Okay, line spectrum nothing but the line spectrum has sharp, distinct, well defined lines. Okay, the line spectrum has sharp, distinct, well defined lines. Okay, so next one, band spectrum nothing but the band spectrum has many closed lines. Okay, this is a line spectrum, this is a band spectrum. Okay, so mainly atoms give line spectrum. So that's why we also called it as atomic spectrum. Okay, so next one, mainly molecules gives band spectrum. Okay, so that's why we also called it as molecular spectrum. Okay, so next one, importance of line emission spectrum. Okay, so importance of line emission spectrum. Okay, so here no two elements will have same line. Okay, no two elements will have same line emission spectrum. Okay, so they act like fingerprints for elements. So they act like fingerprints for elements. Okay, So with the help of this line emission spectrum, we can easy to identify which element it is. Okay. With the help of line emission spectrum can be used in chemical analysis to identify unknown atoms in the same way of fingerprints are used to identify people. Okay. So next one, the line emission spectrum used to identify the elements. Okay. So a German chemist, Robert Bunsen, was one of the first investigators to use line spectrum to identify elements. Okay. So elements like rubidium, cesium, thallium, indium, gallium and scandium were discovered when their minerals were analyzed by spectroscopic methods. Okay. The element helium as discovered in the sun by spectroscopic method. Okay. So last one more important point is there. The study of emission and absorption spectrum is known as spectroscopy. Okay. The study of emission or absorption spectra is referred as spectroscopy. Or the device used to record spectrum is called spectroscopy. This is a device. Okay. The device used to record spectrum is called spectroscopy. Okay. This information about spectrum.